Hi everyone, I'm Alina. Some of you guys might know me as Anna or Anna Banana. Welcome to the first video of my channel. Recently I just came back from a short holiday in Phuket, Thailand, and I got myself the best souvenir I could get. COVID. Thankfully my symptoms are pretty mild. In fact, it's already day 12, but I'm still testing positive on my ART. I'm not sure why COVID loves me that much, but I'm glad to say I feel pretty normal right now. So I wanted to create this travel vlog because I wanted to share with you guys some of the COVID/travel admin work that you might need to do in order to travel from Singapore to Phuket. This vlog will also bring you through my 4 days and 4 nights there, covering things like expenditure, transport tips, reviews, and more. The itinerary for my trip as well as the timestamps for the video can be found in the description box below. So yeah, hope you guys will enjoy watching this video.
Can we skip to the good part? No.
So before you can really get the party going, there's still a few things you'll need to settle first. I have 11 items on my checklist relating to COVID and travel administratives, which you can find in the Google Sheets link below. Prior to the trip, you should have already arranged for and have on hand ready your airplane tickets, your SHA Plus certified hotel booking, your COVID travel insurance, Thailand Pass QR code under the Test and Go scheme, a certificate of vaccination, a negative pre-departure PCR test result taken in Singapore, an on-arrival PCR test booking taken in Phuket, an airport transfer to your hotel, and lastly your Wi-Fi or data roaming plans. I recommend starting off with the Thailand Pass application because that will take about 3 to 7 days to process. This will require your flight schedule, your hotel booking, and your COVID travel insurance. For my hotel, I chose to stay in the Patong area because that is the heart of the nightlife. That would make it more convenient for me to return back to my hotel at night. Whereas for my COVID travel insurance, I got mine with AXA as recommended by the Thai embassy. It cost me about 17 SGD for coverage of 5 days. More details regarding the other items can be found in the spreadsheet link below alongside with my itinerary and expenditure. I've also included some important websites that you might want to refer to and some additional notes and comments, so do have a look. I would say 2 weeks is pretty sufficient for you to prepare all of this as confirmation for most of the items are pretty immediate. Last but not the least, when you are in Phuket, do remember to find yourself a clinic where you can take your PCR or ART as that will be required before you return back to Singapore. For me, I got my ART done at Sainamian International Clinic in Patong via walk-in on the night before my flight. This cost me about 550 baht and around 30 minutes of waiting time. All in all, I spent 500 Sing dollars related to this COVID and travel administrators, but I guess that's the price to pay for freedom and travel in COVID. Now let's get to the good part. On the way to our hotel, we just took a PCR test at the airport where they had some sort of a swab station sitch going on outside the arrival exit. After our swab, we were told to wait in our hotel room. Once we got the negative test result, we would be free to explore Phuket. Fun fact, we actually saw on Google that our hotel was once flooded before, so I'm pretty glad to see that it's beautifully restored and most importantly, dry. So this is our hotel, the Sea Pearl Beach Resort, and this is the room that we got. Small sink area with our fridge, our wardrobe, vanity table, Amanda. Here's the bed. And you can't see shit because now it's dark, but we will find out tomorrow. TV, the toilet, okay. Oh, we got a bathtub, towels, okay, bathtub is fine, toiletries, yeah. We woke up and found our negative test results sent to our email. It was timestamped around 4 AM in the morning, which means it took roughly 10 hours to reach us. Now that we got the green light, the vacation officially begins. We got onto a motor taxi to bring us to our first stop of the day. Initially, we agreed on a 200 baht fare for him to take both of us to the restaurant. However, in the end, we bargained with him to let him bring us around the entire day for a fixed price of 800 baht. He would drive us to the places we wanted to go and then send us back to our hotel at night. So, meet our driver, Wood. After a 25 minutes drive, we finally reached the Three Monkeys Cafe. So we're at Three Monkeys restaurant, and this is our lunch. Here we have tom yum gong, and then this like spicy papaya salad. This is their signature espresso coconut coffee, spicy salmon roll, and I got myself a coffee frap. This cafe is pretty new in the Phuket scene and is located among the lush jungle foliage. While the food tasted mediocre, the coconut espresso and the vibes were just amazing. It is also located near Hanuman World, a zipline adventure course. There were times we thought we heard monkeys, but who knows, they could just be people on the zip lines. This place is just huge and there are so many Insta-worthy photo spots around the place, so you could spend a good couple of hours here just chilling and soaking in the vibes. But we got a guided tour to catch, so on to the next stop. So we're at Chalong Bay Rum Distillery right now. It's a very little cute Chalong Bay drink set. Vibes. This is our complimentary mojito. We got our tickets for this tour of Kluk for about 13 SGD. The tour of the machinery and manufacturing process was actually pretty short, but it was interesting to learn how their rum and gin were being distilled and fermented. The exciting part of this tour, as well as what makes it value for money, is definitely the alcohol tasting. Initially, we only expected one free glass of mojito that came with our 30 minutes tour, but here we found ourselves by the bar tasting different types of rum and gin that they had. The bartender/guide let us try flavors such as original, lemongrass, coffee lime, and cinnamon, which is my favorite of them all. A large bottle for the flavored rum costs about 990 baht, and their smaller ones cost about 550 baht. The Phuket Airport Duty Free only sells the original flavor for about 1400 baht, which is way more expensive. So if you're thinking of buying this back as a souvenir, you should definitely get them here. Well, after spending an hour and a half here sipping cocktails, listening to music, and playing with their adorable cats, we moved on with the day, a chain of unplanned and unfortunate events. So we didn't eat much back at the Monkey Cafe, and after so much alcohol, we were feeling peckish and craving fried food. Initially, we wanted to visit this place called Momodong, a Michelin guide recommended for local favorite seafood, but it was closed, so we had to settle for another place in the vicinity. The food was pretty underwhelming, but food is food, who else? We rode for another 15 minutes to this other place called Batik House, only to find that it had closed permanently. With an unsatisfied belly and no shopping in hand, we thought perhaps the sunset would save the day. We headed towards Promthep Cape, an iconic spot to watch the sunset. Yay! So we're embarking on our hike, one of our few hikes on this trip. And
Walk off the alcohol.
before we even started, we were already tired. Surprise! Ding. We still had a bit of time to kill before the sunset at 6:30 PM, so we decided to hike down slope for a better coastal view. Made it to the end! However, as we waited for the sunset, the wind became stronger and the sky started turning dark. I feared for my life as I saw my drone went outside and started shaking. Soon we started to feel the drizzle and yeah, we immediately rushed back uphill again.
Any insect behind me?
Okay.
Give me the bag before the supposed rain. Is it gonna rain?
Running away from the impending storm, we went a long way to the Phuket Indie Night Market, thinking we could do some shopping and dinner there. Initially, we also wanted to visit the weekend night market since they were pretty close together and because Google told us that it was open today. However, it is called the weekend night market for a reason. Our driver told us that it wasn't actually open, so it seems like we can't trust Google that much, huh? After about aching 30 minutes on the motorcycle, we finally reached Phuket Indie Night Market. It is located in the Phuket town area. It has really chill vibes and even live music. However, it is pretty small in scale and there aren't many stalls around, so I guess it's back to Patong for our dinner and nightlife. So we're finally back at Patong, ready for our dinner. This area is famous for its nightlife, and yeah, I'm gonna let the vibe speak for itself.
Now we have random fireworks going on here.
Feeling slightly hungover and like crap, we dragged ourselves up for our day at Phi Phi Islands. Thankfully, our tour agency arranged to pick us up from our hotel and sent us straight to the ferry terminal. Here our guide explained to us which islands we would be visiting on this trip, and here we go. We bought tickets for this tour back at Patong for about 2,300 baht. Simply walk down the street leading to Bangla Road and you'll find many stalls offering tours to different attractions in Phuket as well. Now we have finally arrived at the iconic Maya Bay. Maya Bay used to be closed for nearly 4 years due to restoration purposes, and it is now finally open. In order to preserve its pristineness, we could only spend about an hour at the bay and swimming wasn't allowed. Time flew by quickly and we moved on to the next stop. The next site was Viking Cave. It isn't open for tourists to enter, but we learned that it got its name from the prehistoric drawings of Viking ships on the cave walls. Inside we are also able to find birds' nests due to the swifts that have inhabited the place. The next resting stop was Pillay Lagoon. Here we are able to get photos taken on the long-tail boats for 200 baht arranged with the tour agency. We can also stand up paddle, play a kayak and snorkel. In fact, there are 2 snorkeling sites on this tour, one here at Pillay Lagoon and the other at Maiton Island. For hygiene purposes, we also bought these disposable mouthpieces for 100 baht each at the ferry terminal.
Yay! Kayaking! We're at Phi Phi Islands right now. Amanda's doing all the hard carrying. Oops!
Our clear kayaking was also arranged with our tour agency prior to the trip. It was refreshing to paddle and move freely by ourselves around the lagoon, especially because I was feeling major seasickness from all the boat rocking, and I even puked 3 times. After an hour and a half here, we moved on to our catered lunch and then tried to spot some monkeys at Monkey Bay. However, the monkeys were sleeping and taking their afternoon nap, so we couldn't see any. Last of all, we arrived at our final stop, the Kai Island. By this time, most of us were already tired, done, and ready to head back to Phuket. And also because we saw the dark clouds ahead. Again. However, we were kind of forced to stop by here as part of the tour. We even had to pay 10 baht per person to enter. Thankfully, it didn't rain in the 1 hour here, and at 5:30 PM, we are finally headed back. So we are back at Patong again, and we found ourselves in a small street food market. Here we got our dinner to go so that we could freshen up and eat in our hotel before we headed for our Muay Thai match at night. We bought ourselves some pad thai, barbecued pork ribs, twisted potatoes, and pad krap pao, which is Thai basil pork rice. We had a good laugh when the cook realized that she forgot to throw in the basil leaves into our Thai basil pork rice. For dessert, we had banana and Nutella pancake. We quickly finished up our dinner and prepared to head over to Patong Boxing Stadium as the match was at 9 PM. We had to reach the stadium around 8:30 PM for our ART testing. Our tickets were bought online via their website for 2,000 baht, and I would recommend that as it seems like we got better seats, more front row ones compared to tickets that were bought on site. The Muay Thai matches are only held on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. For today, we managed to catch the international matches, which consisted of 8 competitions and even included one female match between Germany and UK. The matches ended about 11 PM, which leaves us some time for nightlife. Day 3. Today we planned for a pretty chill day, starting off with a lunch reservation at a popular Thai place called King Kup E. But as usual, we had a dash of mishaps first. At the start, we got onto a motor taxi that brought us to the wrong destination, and after 1 hour, we finally arrived at our location.
Bumpy roads. Confused uncles. Stay tuned to watch the beginning of our day. It just begun. Yes, it just begun. It's 12:30 now.
We were famished and quickly ordered ourselves a feast. Here we got some crispy pork, shrimp paste rice, fried mantou, and pork rib soup with stir-fried vermicelli along with a couple of Thai milk teas. They were all so good and cheap too. We left with a full heart and belly, but little did we know.
Hi Amanda, so tell me where are we at right now? Now we are at the right food place. So we went into a restaurant thinking that that is the popular Thai place to go to, and then we were like, oh, quite empty. We were lucky that our reservation didn't get cancelled, but psych, we were at the wrong restaurant, and now we are after our lunch at the correct restaurant.
It must have been the hunger that got to us, which made us miss all the signs. But thankfully the food at the previous place was pretty good, and it turns out to be a popular breakfast spot among locals as well.
Amanda had a forecast, a phone app, and it said that we are going to be bloated. Well, it's right. So we just had our bagels. Best in Phuket. How do you find it? It's super good. Better than two-man bagel. Agreed. Yeah, but then one thing we realized is that it belongs to this cafe, and we thought actually it belonged to the restaurant there. You can see the logo. Where? There. Yeah, that restaurant. Yeah, so we ate the bagel for nothing. And guess what? It's raining. so we can't get our transport to the next location. What are we?
Clowns.
Rain watching.
After the rain lightened a little, we got onto a grab to head towards our next stop, Madhuba. This cafe is really out of the way, but it is the ultimate photo spot.
Sawadika.
Being the Insta host we are, we decided to take the drone shots for 800 baht. Afterwards, we had some coffee and continued to take even more photos. At around 5:30 p.m, we headed back to take our ART test at the clinic and proceed to Cafe Del Mar for our dinner reservations. The whole place was huge and beautiful, however the music, not so much of our vibes. Drinks like cocktails and spirits here are on the pricier side, but surprisingly beers are cheaper than in Patong. We stayed for a couple of hours and headed back to Bangla Road again.
Guess what this is? Lime juice. Sure. Last night at Phuket, and we decided that since we are only 24, we have to live our fucking prime out.
That's right.
So on the last night here, we are gonna club. It's currently already 11:30 something, but we're gonna make it before the bars close, so we can just right on the spot go in the club and.
Let's go! Yo, one. Hey, my name is Ryder. I came from the UK tonight. Listen, don't tell me nothing. Anyone from the UK or Europe, Australia, listen. I don't support no bullshit. Let's go there. Just give me the light and pass the job. What's another buckle of? Tell me I'm inside and I got to know. Each one is just get my flow.
And in the blink of an eye, we have come to the last day of our trip. We packed our bags, checked out from our hotel, and contacted the Grab driver from yesterday to bring us around. Today we plan to shop for souvenirs before our flight home at night. Our lunch stop was at a Michelin Guide recommended place that is opened by a chef that once worked in 5-star hotels. Here we ordered crab curry, mincemeat omelette, and fried fish with garlic and chili, all for a total of 600 baht. The food was out of mark, and it seemed like a pretty popular food delivery option among locals. We were very full, but dessert is always another stomach. Right after, we headed to Tori's ice cream place for dessert, as recommended by our driver. Here we tried out the local apong with crepes and the goat milk with toasted coconut bits. Afterwards, we shopped around looking for souvenirs and made a coffee stop at the award-winning Campus Coffee Roasters. And what is Thailand without Thai massages? We got ours at Kim's Massage. The ambience was relaxing and the service was very friendly. 1 hour cost us 350 baht. At 6 p.m, we reached our last stop, the Chillva market. It was slightly drizzling, but most of the stalls were already opened. Here we got more souvenirs and our dinner to go. Honestly, wish that we had more time to spend here, but we have a flight to catch.
Dinner at the airport.
And that wraps up my first overseas trip in 2 years since COVID. I hope this vlog has been useful to you and maybe even inspired or tempt you just a little to take that much needed holiday if you haven't taken one. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, and see you in the next video.